6 days until we get to see the Commanders play. So today we are going over. Wait, is it 6 days when
Yeah.
we're dropping this episode? Yeah,
I mean,
6 days.
it's Monday
Woo!
morning.
6 days until the Commanders play. Today, man, we're getting into it. We're predicting the whole schedule. We are going to, as well, go over our concocts of the preseason and give out our preseason sauce rankings today. What's going on, everybody? We are in person here in Fenwick Island. Just reminding you, please like, comment, subscribe, check out Dom and Pop Podcast on YouTube and Dom and Pop DC Sports Talk Plus podcast on Spotify. Check us out on Instagram at DC Sports Plus. Same on Twitter at DC Sports Plus. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, download, all that good stuff.
Once again, amazing, son.
Thank you, Pop. I really,
Perfect. You
really
nailed it.
appreciate it. People like a little bit of the rawness, the behind the scenes. You know, I'm not perfect, a little vulnerable. Pop, how you doing?
Doing good. I mean, I know math, so it's especially after last episode, I think it was proof that math is not.
You know math, but you clearly don't understand English because you don't understand the power rankings versus bracket. It's a little. You probably had an A on one and maybe a C minus on the other on the report card. It's okay. It's okay. See, that's why I'm the musician here because for me, it's all about feeling in the moment. You're the engineer. It's all about math, lists,
Okay.
specifics. You know, it's true to character.
All right.
Guys,
We'll let the people speak on that.
I tell you what, I am absolutely juiced up right now. Absolutely juiced up. Football is
Moment
right
we've
around
been
the
waiting
corner.
for. We've been prepping for it all off season.
I mean, Monday morning, you guys are listening to this. So what? Like 3 days, 3.5 days, not even
That's
until
right.
the
Thursday
kickoff
night
of the
football.
NFL season. Gonna be awesome. And then 6 days until the first Commanders game. It's also gonna be awesome. So, and even better news for you guys, only like maybe 48, 72 hours until you get to hear from us again. Because you know what? Regular season, we're changing it up. We're bringing the heat. 2 podcasts a week for the regular season. We're going to be doing a game preview / what happened, if there's anything that happened big off the field or whatever. We're going to be doing a game preview for the upcoming game, and then we're going to be doing a post-game react pod every single week. So look for a new pod from us probably either Wednesday or Thursday, and then check us out again Sunday right after the game drops as quickly as we can possibly record it, edit it, and get it out to you guys probably Sunday evening at the latest Monday morning. It's going to be awesome. Pop, how stoked are you for that? I mean,
Stoked. There's no question about it.
big things coming.
Big things coming. I mean, it's exciting. Bills versus Rams on Thursday night football. Just phenomenal game. We just did our power rankings. I think they were both in our top 4. So that's going to be a great way to start the season out there in LA, out there in your backyard, in that great stadium out there. So, exciting. Hopefully our Commanders, I'm kind of hoping that, the inaugural season of the Dom and Pop show coinciding with the inaugural season of the Commanders, I'm really kind of hoping that brings the team luck. It's going to go one way or the other, I guess.
We'll see. I mean, I'll paint you a scene for how my Sunday is going to look. And maybe, I don't know if you have any specific or special plans, but I'll paint you a scene. So my Sunday, I'm going to be waking up probably about 9 a.m. I'm going to be in the kitchen listening to Andrea Bocelli, frying meatballs, pureeing tomatoes. I'm going to get a sauce going because it's the first Sunday. Sauce on the stove. I'm going to be in my Commander's gear. Girlfriend's going to come by around 9:45. She's going to bring my puppy, my beautiful dog, Carlo. We're going to be hanging out, and my beautiful girlfriend, of course. I can't call the dog beautiful and not the girlfriend, but I mean, come on. Boy, Commander Carlo is going to be making his appearance. He's going to be in his Commander's jersey. My girlfriend, she's going to be in her Commander's gear. We're going to be ready to kick the game off, and Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be on the other side. And you talked about 2 teams we had in the top 4 of our power rankings for the Thursday night game. Unfortunately, these are two teams in the bottom 4 of a lot of people's power rankings kicking off for the first game. I mean, not for
Disrespectful.
me. The Jaguars definitely are, but not the Commanders for me. Disrespectful, I agree. But definitely not two top 4 teams either. So, Pop, week 1, what do you think's happening? What do you like? You'd like a win, loss? How you feeling week 1? How
Well,
we
we'll get
coming?
into that. We'll get into that. We're gonna refresh our records for the season. We did it originally back in April, so we'll refresh that. But yeah, I mean, definitely a new Jaguars team. Trevor Lawrence, year 2, Doug Peterson, who certainly is familiar with the NFC East and
Yep.
did some pretty great things with the Eagles when he was there. Won a
Kicked our
Super
ass quite
Bowl.
a few times.
Knows Carson Wentz pretty well.
Yep.
So from a game planning perspective, but it's also Carson Wentz revenge game number 1.
Yep.
Right? It was the Jaguars that knocked the Colts out of the playoffs. The Jaguars could be the reason why Carson Wentz is a Washington Commander, Commander Carson. So,
Yep.
revenge game number 1. He's got the Eagles on the schedule twice. He's got the Colts. So I guess that'd be a total of 4 revenge games. But hopefully this lights a little fire under Carson. He still stays medium, so he doesn't try to do the hero game. But would love to see Carson actually get revenge in that one. 1 p.m. at FedEx Field. All the new Commanders gear. We'll see. Are they going to be wearing burgundy on burgundy, burgundy on white, white on white? I don't think they're going to roll out the blacks in game 1.
No, they're
The
not.
black
They've already
unis in game 1. But yeah, interesting. Hopefully a good crowd out there.
And like we said, we got a whole episode to cover all those storylines, get into everything. We don't want to give it all away here. So we're going to save all that. We're going to spend a whole episode just talking about what we're expecting out of that game. So, yeah, good stuff there. I love the Jim Zorn quote. We got to stay medium. Got to keep
stay
Wentz
medium.
staying, all time great hire there by Dan Snyder. Anyways, let's get on to our Kikats and Sauce Award for the preseason. Just to tie a little bow, we gave our predictions as to who the preseason studs were going to be a few episodes back. Go check that out. But
your prediction turned out pretty good. Earned himself a starting spot.
Worked out. And you know what? I pulled that prediction out of my culo too, because I was going to say
as
Sam
you
Howell.
do many things. I'm not going to say most things, but many things.
I was going to say Sam Howell, and that would have been pretty great too. But you said it was kind of a corny pick.
Too easy.
Kind of leading up. Said it was too easy. So I pulled it out. I literally, there's a sticky note somewhere in my trash can where I scratched out Sam Howell and wrote Brian Robinson really quickly. But yeah, so I mean, I think Sauce Award, it's got to be between those two, right?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. One of those two has got to get the preseason Sauce Award. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I think we definitely saw more of Sam Howell. He definitely balled out. Robinson looked good. I still think, ultimately everyone's getting a little bit ahead of their skis with Brian. I mean, he looks really good. Obviously, he must look really good in practice, but we're really going to need to see him in more game action.
Yeah.
Obviously, Howell played against backups, and I don't think anyone's going to argue that he's ready to start. Well, some people in Twitter universe are arguing that he's ready to start.
There's no more, ever since social media, you can't say nobody, because there's always somebody out there yelling some crap.
I got to go with Sling and Sammy. That'd be my vote.
I disagree, and here's why. I go Brian Robinson because we're talking, if you want to give out the participation trophy for who did great in the preseason, that's one thing. But if you want to give out the Sauce Award, the Sauce is a viral video. I might insert it here. There's a guy who's breaking down the difference between having the juice and having the sauce.
I like it.
He said the juice is temporary. You ever have a thing of juice in the fridge and it expires in a week or so? The juice is temporary. But the sauce is forever. And for me, the impact from the preseason that Brian Robinson had is forever into the regular season. We're actually going to see Brian Robinson.
That's a fair point.
We're probably going to see, my guess would be like a 55-45, 60-40 snap share in Brian Robinson's favor.
All right, son.
Out of the backfield.
Don't get used to this. I'm going to defer to you. You make a strong argument. We'll give the Sauce Award to Brian Robinson,
And you know
starting
what?
running back. It makes sense. He's the starter. He's not third string like Sam Howell. Earned a starting
There you
spot.
go.
It was your prediction that he was going to. Got to give you credit for that in
The
terms of he was going to be
inaugural
the standout player of the preseason. So, I had Cole Turner, who started off strong. I thought might be challenging for a starting
injuries.
spot, but he's injured, so that's not going to happen. And it was great. It's great to see Thomas back as well. So
I'll tell you
uh,
what. Out of
I give it to you,
I
Brian
appreciate
Robinson.
that. And out of the kindness of my heart, I want to create the inaugural one time and one time only Juice Award for Sam Howell because man,
Okay,
he was great, very exciting. One
he gets
time
a
only.
big helmet sticker. Just covers
Yes,
up the whole
helmet sticker
side of
for
his
sure.
helmet, as it sits on the bench, hopefully for the whole season, because Carson Wentz plays 17 games and leads his team to the playoffs.
I mean, his combination of a Sauce Award and a helmet sticker, I think, will tie it ties him with Brian Robinson for the most decorated preseason player. Um, so great things
Yeah,
from Sam Howell. Excited for that. But anyways, let's talk regular season. Let's talk wins losses. Let's get right down to brass tacks. I
you
mean,
didn't.
unless
We
there's
didn't.
anything else
We didn't talk
you
our
want to cover.
kickouts of the preseason.
I'm just too excited. I'm too excited. I can't wait to talk
Come
football.
on, DJ, real
Too
quick.
excited. Kickouts of the preseason is the defense. Maron. I mean, you can take this all the way back to the off the field crap that we talked about when you were in LA with a certain defensive coach that shall remain unnamed at this point. I don't really care to give him any more attention. Kickouts to you. Bite these to you. Linebacker. Corner performance. Overall defensive performance sucked. And Chase Young, now we're getting Halloween vibes, is the word. Much more serious injury. Three really detrimental factors, in my opinion, to give the Kikats Award of the preseason to the defense. Just
Yeah, and the first
horrible
team
all
defense. I
around.
know it's only preseason, but they even seemed like they were aggressive. And Ron again, is going on about people not staying in their rushing lanes, not doing the proper assignments, and the first team defense couldn't get off the field in the preseason against
Yeah.
either Baker Mayfield or Pat Mahomes. So it's discouraging. I think they're going to be all right. I think they're going to be all
All right.
right. I do.
Optimism.
I think
I
they're going to
like
be
it.
all right. I think there's going to be improvement. Now, when you say improvement, I mean they were a bottom five defense, so hopefully they could be a 15 to 20 or 20-ish defense. But I think we're going to see some improvement. But yeah, definitely discouraging this preseason what we saw there. Hopefully offset by a lot of big improvement on offense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really just disappointed. I think it's a kind of a failure, honestly, the way the defense has performed and the way we have addressed issues on the defense. You see a little bit of stubbornness with the linebacker situation there. The cornerback depth is a real concern for me, and like we said, Chase Young. What they knew, but we didn't, is that this is a much more serious injury than we initially thought, and this is where we're at defensively going into the season. They had the opportunity to prepare for that. They chose not to, frankly. We'll see. Not feeling so good about that. Just a quick, not so good stat. Every time the first team defense was out there against the first team offense, drive ended in a touchdown. So that sucks. Obviously, we can't do that. But without further ado, now can we talk some football? Can we talk some wins and losses?
Let's
Is that
do it.
okay, Pop? We covered everything.
Let's
All
do it.
right. See, this is why we make such a great team. I get overexcited, and you keep things
I
in
don't know.
line.
You forget to
You
read
keep things in
the
line.
show outline that I spend hours putting together.
Hours, okay.
It's
You keep things in
discouraging.
line. All right. I'm sorry. We appreciate you, Pop. This is Pop appreciation moment. And you know what? Sauce award to Pop. He really helped push a lot of these things forward during the preseason. We had a lot of really great discussions. How can we bring new elements to the regular season? Me, it was a lot of just daydreaming, sitting around thinking, we got to
You
bring,
had some good ideas too.
we
So
got to, well, but you pushed them out of me. You brought them out of me, and that's what as a producer myself, that's what a great producer does is you pull the talent out of the talent. So you did that, and so sauce award to you, pal. But anyways, without further ado, wins, losses. Let's talk football. Let's redo real quick. I had 11-6. Spoiler alert: it's not going to be anywhere close to that. Pop had 10-7. I don't know how you're feeling. I'm guessing you might come down a win or two as well. Let's re-predict the season. So these are the ones you guys want to hold me to it and bust my balls. These are the ones to do it.
Okay.
All right, Jacksonville. I already set the scene. You know what we're doing. I've probably before the game kicks off, I've probably listened to "Because We Believe" by Andrea Bocelli at least 12 times. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. All right, Jacksonville, week 1, pop. I gotta win. What do you have?
I gotta win. I gotta win. I just more of a gut feel. I mean, these first two games, people keep saying it um, are must wins, or we can't go 0-2 in those first two games, right? But I'll give us a win against the Jags.
All right, week 2 at Detroit. Dan Campbell, the Hard Knocks master. What do you got?
You know, I hate to say it, but I just think it's going to be one of those losses that should have been a win
Agreed.
situations, and maybe it's just guarding against getting over our skis and saying we're going to be 2-0. But unfortunately, I got us down for a loss there.
Yeah, for me, it's the same thing. It's just I can't. It's more like I can't predict that we go 2-0. I think we just are going to split those first two games, and yeah, I'm going to pick the Detroit one at Detroit on the road. I think Detroit might be a little bit better than we give them credit for, and I think they surprise us. I think they're going to beat us, and that's going to be one of those maybe at the end of the season we look back and we're like, God, we should have had that game, and we really could use that game right about now.
Yeah.
So, lost there. Philly, I had a loss, you had a win. How you feeling?
It's a home game. I just don't want to predict we're going to get swept by Philly. I'm just going to, use that Detroit game as a wake up call, and we do the opposite. Maybe we win one that we get some breaks that goes our way. I do think Philly's a little overhyped, so I'm going to give us a win there.
I don't see how this defense is going to stop AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, so I got a loss,
I
unfortunately.
think that's fair.
I just don't think they can handle that. They haven't shown me anything, at least, to believe that we can handle that. Dallas, same thing for me. It's just too much offensive firepower. We always seem to play them tough, but at Dallas, week 4, that's a loss for me, unfortunately.
Yeah,
What do you think, Pop?
I'm going to go with a loss as well.
All right. We both had that as a loss in our first set, so no changes there. Tennessee at home. I got a win. I had a win previously. I'm going to go with the win here again, just because I'm not very scared of Ryan Tannehill, to be honest with you, and I'm even less so scared of Ryan Tannehill and Treylon Burks as a combination, or Robert Woods. I'm not too worried about that, and I think our run defense is probably the best part about our defense. Our run defense was actually half decent, so I'm not saying we're going to lock down Derrick Henry by any means, but I'm thinking we can at least mitigate that and maybe capitalize on some Tannehill mistakes, get a win there. That's
Yeah,
going to be
this
my second win of the season.
this is one of those games where just looking down the rest of the schedule and how I predicted things going, um, I I I'm just going to give us a loss because the Titans are really good, and if I did give us a win, we'd have a lot of wins. So I'm going to try to balance
Fair
things
enough.
out. So
To be
two and
fair,
three
I mean,
start sounds about
for both
right.
of us, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
we're getting there slightly differently, but yeah, 2 and 3 start for both of us
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Chicago, week 6 at Chicago. That team is supposed to be abysmal.
yeah.
Um, it is. I think that's a Thursday night game, right?
I think so. You're
So
right.
bright lights could bring in a little bit of a factor there, but I'm going win.
Me too.
Pop.
W.
Sorry, John.
Dub. We need to come up with a cool. Someone's got to come up with a cool GIF, or is it GIF? I never know. of the W, the
That was a
Commanders
raging
W,
debate
like
on the
spinning
internet for days.
around whenever we get a win.
Yeah,
We haven't had
definitely.
one yet, so but
Yeah, there's no reason to design one quite yet. I mean, but
yeah,
so Green Bay, I think we're at home for that one. This
we
was a
are.
team that uh, we looked like we might have had a chance against last year, and then things kind of fell apart defensively. Um, I don't think we have any chance. I'm taking an easy loss there.
I think we have a chance, but I got us down for a loss as well.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
tough
mean, I
tough
think it'll
stretch
be
of
one of
games
those.
here: Packers, Colts, and Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At Indy, I'll take a win there. I'll take a win there. I think 4-4, 8 weeks into the season feels about right. And I think one of the things that
does
I
Carson Wentz punch Ursay in the face like it after the game or something? I mean,
I hope
he's
so.
still
No,
taking
I don't.
shots at him.
I don't want that. But yeah, I think that's a win there. I hope Michael Pittman gets 6 touchdowns though because he also is on my fantasy team. But I just hope we still win. So it's a win there for me. Pop, what do
I
you
got to
got?
win. I got to win as well. So we're
So we're
both, I
both
think,
four
have
and
the
four
same
through 8
record.
weeks. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Minnesota. We both predicted a win here. I'm switching that to a loss for sure. I just don't think, again, defensively, I don't think we have any shot. I just don't
Yeah.
like.
I mean, I hate
There's
the
been
idea of
nothing
Kirk
to.
Kirk coming to FedEx and beating us, but then you know Colts and Vikings back to back. Those are two really good teams, and to say we're going to
Yeah,
win both of those games, I essentially have us splitting those games. And since I picked the Colts as a win, I'll say the Vikings are a loss.
I think the only way we win that game is in a shootout, and I haven't seen enough offensively right now to believe that we can outshoot what might be the best offensive team in the NFL next year, or one
Yeah.
of the best. Um, yeah, I mean, how do you? We have no answer for Justin Jefferson. Let's not even pretend like we do. um, so losses across the board there.
But
At Philly,
if our line gets to Kirk and rattles him, which I think could happen, right? I think it's
yeah,
still Kirk Cousins.
I guess
So
that's the other thing is maybe the run game is really established and we can slow the game down like we did during our win streaks and just let Robinson keep them off the field, maybe. But I don't have enough faith in our defense right
yeah,
now.
that's fair.
Um, so lost there for both of us. So 4-5 going into Philly. I actually have a win here. I'm going to stick to that. I don't think we get swept, and I think we're going to beat Philly at Philly because I think by this point in the regular season, I think they come out like a house on fire. But I think Philly is going to have a bit of a correction in the middle of the season, and I think that's going to be with us. I think we're going to get a win there.
Yeah, since I had us winning the first game at home, I'm going to have a loss for Philly. So
All right. So I've got 5-5. You've got 4-6 at this point.
yep,
All right, at Houston, I had a loss here. I'm going to switch that to a win.
absolutely. The Texans are terrible.
To be fair, I had a loss here because I had us ripping off a 2-game win streak against Indy and Minnesota, so I'm kind of swapping those.
This is a really soft part of the schedule, right?
It
Texans,
is.
Falcons, Giants, and that's one of the reasons that you look at this our record and what our chances are. I mean, you look at this schedule; it is pretty soft. I mean, Jags, Detroit, Bears, Texans, Falcons. I mean, Giants twice. I think there's a lot of places where we can really, make out here.
Yeah, agreed. And especially with, you look at a lot of teams kind of get less healthy throughout the season. And I think we have potential to actually get healthier around that stretch with Chase Young coming back, and with Logan Thomas continuing his
Yeah,
rehab and getting better. So, I mean, of course, everybody's going to deal with injuries. We hope nothing too major. But yeah, I think maybe we can put a little something together there. So then I have Atlanta next. What do
yeah.
you got there, Pop? I'll let you start.
Dub.
Pop dub. I'll take a dub. I'll drink the Kool Aid. So that's 7 wins for me going into the bye week. Or no, 7 wins for me going into at New York. And then you
Yeah,
have
I got them at
6.
6 wins. Yep.
I got a loss in New York. I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
Just one of those. This just sets up for. They always seem to play us tough, no matter where they're rated.
yeah,
Um, and Daniel Jones just seems to always have his best games against the Commanders. I hope we break that streak, but we play them back to back in an unusual schedule situation. I guess we're at the Giants bye week and then home against the Giants. So I'll just
yeah,
say loss.
yep. I got a loss there as well.
Will give us 2 weeks to just stew in that loss to the Giants.
Yeah, I got a loss there, and I mean, this is the
Hope
first
that's
time
not the case.
Daniel Jones really has a real coach. So I think that will only make things worse with what we've dealt with there. So loss to the Giants there. Um, bye week, can't win or lose that week. Sometimes that's a relief for us. Most times it is. Uh, and then we got the Giants in the next week again at home. I think we win that game coming out of the bye. That puts us at 8 wins. Pop.
Yep, I got a win for the Giants.
Good. Next up is the San Francisco 49ers. Christmas Eve. What I've been saying to you, at least they don't play on the 25th and they're not going to ruin our Christmas. That's a loss. I just don't think, like I said, I'm not sure about Trey Lance, but even with Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't think we beat that team. That's a good
It's just a
football team.
tough, it's a tough one, right? Going all the way across country, Christmas Eve. Really good team, really good defense, a lot of good offensive weapons, good coaching. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we
I
should
mean, that would be the
shake that
second
one up
best
for a
Christmas
loss.
present I could get. A win
Absolutely.
there would be the second best. I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, so second best.
You
But it'd be close.
better start saving
Um,
up, son.
I'm saving up. It's all good. So lost there for me. Lost there for you as well. So again, you're at 7 wins. I'm at 8. Cleveland, I predicted a win here. Um, I got a loss, to be honest with you. I
I'm
hope that's
going
not the
win.
case. You
We're
got a
supposed to
win.
go to that game. We got
We are
that
supposed to
circled.
go to that
You're going to be
game.
home. We're going to be there. We're going to bring the luck to the Commanders. W.
We were trying to figure out how to make that work. Hopefully we can go to that game.
Hopefully.
Um, but yeah, I just don't see us beating Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and Amari Cooper. Again, this defense is just really scaring me. And maybe we figure it out. We came out better out of the bye week last year, but yeah, I can't predict a win there. So that puts us at 8. And then we finish the season at Dallas. Now,
No, at
both of
home.
us are even at 8 wins at
That's
home
Dallas at
against
home.
Dallas.
Dallas at home, though.
At home at FedEx.
Right.
Traditionally, this has been a pretty good opportunity to make the playoffs when we're in this position. And you figure 9-8, that might be enough in a pretty crappy division. This year, a lot of teams in the division predicted to take a big step forward. Might not be the case. Maybe it's enough to sneak into a wild card. Pop. Do we do the
Yes, we
unthinkable
win.
and
Nine and
win a
eight.
game with Ron Rivera?
9-8.
We
I
got to
think we're
win.
9. I said 10-6 before. I said 10-6 the last time, and I said it feels more like 9-8. I had a couple of games I picked with my heart. It was April early on. Was feeling the Ashburn effects there. But
Definitely.
I'm going to give us a win on that last game at home. We're not getting swept by the Cowboys.
I I'm in a tough spot here because I think it's more likely that the Cowboys are playing for their life than we're playing for ours. But I don't know if that makes it better or worse for the Cowboys because they always find a way to choke.
Right.
So I think we probably are winning a consolation game here. I don't think this is going to land us in the playoffs. I don't think 9-8 wins the division, but I think it's just so perfectly Washington football for us to finish the season 9-8 and give us just enough of a reason to have some hope for next year, even though we didn't get to the ultimate goal, which is the playoffs and a playoff win for us. Um,
So
that
we
is the
go. We
record that the
both
Colts
got them
had
at nine
last
and eight.
year. So I got them at 9-8 too, which
What's
not
going
great
on?
for
We
our
picked the same Super
not
Bowl
great for our
team,
bottom
picked the
bet
same
segment.
record.
Not great
Oh
for
my
our bottom
gosh.
bet segment coming up. But yeah, 9-8 there. I can't predict the loss against Dallas at home, but man, is it I can see it happening. I don't know. I'm really split hard on that one. That's hard for me to
He's sticking with the
predict a
win or
loss
not?
there. I got to. I
Okay.
got to for the boys. For the boys,
Okay.
I got to
So
stick with the
so basically, quickly going into our bottom bet segment, we're both picking the Commanders to win 9 wins. It's okay. We're going to rack these
yeah.
bets up. We're going to see who gets more right than wrong. We both got them at 9 wins. I think that the standard is 7.5. So we're both smashing the over because eight
Guess
wins
so.
would have us at the over. So 7.5 seems to be the popular over under for the Commanders. So we're both smashing the over there, which is good. A little bit of optimism. I look at it this way, just to kind of sum it up from my perspective. We got 7 wins last year. Still true that it's a much tougher schedule. All right. Um, you cannot argue that the offense is going to be much better this year. We just where's a position of weakness? You got to love the running back room. Got to love the wide receiver room. Got to love the tight end room. Offensive line seems to have really good depth, and I think Carson's is going to be a very good quarterback for us this year.
I mean,
Um,
that is if you had to predict a position
it's
of
an offensive
weakness,
league.
it's got to be. Well, I was gonna say, you said what's the position of weakness? I said if you have to pick a position of weakness on the offense, I'd say the most question marks are about quarterback. If you had to, because if you plug a a good a proven consistently good quarterback into this offense, it looks a lot scarier. I think the question marks are really like if you put Kirk back there, we're not
See,
predicting 9 wins.
it's an interesting question because it's funny as one of those things. Obviously, we just think sports all the time, and I'm like, is Kirk really better than Carson?
Yeah,
Like, is he really like from a? Yes, he's definitely more consistent. You
the
know what
quick,
you're
easy
getting
answer.
with Kirk, but I don't know. I think that's a much closer call. I'll give Kirk the nod based on his record, based on what he's done, based on what he's
Yeah,
accomplished. But I think it's a lot closer call than we
you're
think.
getting.
I
I
really
think
do.
you're getting higher highs and lower lows with Carson Wentz, and I think Kirk, you're pretty much betting you're going to get 4,000 yards and
But I
25,
mean,
30
come on,
touchdowns.
he takes some deuces during
He
games.
knows how to. We watched it. He
I
knows how to
mean,
take a dump.
talk to
The
Minnesota
boy knows how
Vikings
to deuce.
fans. Yeah, I think like yeah, maybe the guy gets too much hate, but from
He
his
does.
supporters, he gets way too much love. Like,
Yeah,
oh, I mean, I'm not going to name names. I'd love to name names. I'm not going to name names. One of the local radio guys.
makes for some good
I'm
clips,
not going to do
Pop.
it. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to do it.
Call
I'll
some
stay on
guys out,
everybody's
man.
good side until we get to like, you know,
Until
60
we're 0
listeners a
three.
week.
Until we're 0-3 going into the
But
Dallas game, and then we're
said that
calling out
wins
everybody.
his quote was wins and losses don't matter for a quarterback. What?
Idiotic.
Huh? So I think that for me with Kirk, it's scoreboard, right? I mean,
Yeah,
he's
that's fair.
it's scoreboard. I mean, there's been now everybody's putting on Zimmerman. Zimmerman was the problem. A couple of years ago, he was a great coach. He was getting all the hype about how great a coach he was, and now he's sort of a dinosaur and doesn't know what he was doing. He's not up to tune with the modern NFL. KOC is going to get the best out of Kirk. We'll see. Proof is going to be in the pudding. Old man reference. But I'm not convinced there's a big separation there. I think, like I said, I think Carson's going to be
I
good
hope
to
you're right.
very good this year. And like I said, just going back to my logic, 7 wins with that team. I do think the defense is going to be better. I think it's mostly by second year guys. I think the depth that we've got on the line. Um, we replaced the two guys we lost tackle with, I think, some good young guys. And I think the younger guys on the edge are coming up, so to help try to bridge the gap without Chase. I think the defense is going to be improve a bit. They're not going to be world beaters, so I think 9 wins is about right. I feel good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Nine,
with you.
maybe
So
10, maybe 10.
yeah, I think in the 8 to 10
And soft
wins
schedule,
range is about right.
soft schedule.
It's a very soft schedule, and when you're looking
Yeah,
at the teams, I think we're very lucky that we play both Jacksonville and Detroit week 1 and 2 because we're looking at young teams that might be getting it together towards the end of the season. Like they might both kind of be scrappy 6 win tough out type teams by the end of the season, but I don't think they'll have it developed at the beginning of the year. But I mean, who knows? I mean, they do have some wide receiver talent out there in Detroit and
we're going to find out
Jacksonville,
pretty quick
obviously.
because yeah, you got
Yeah,
those two quote unquote easy games. Do you come out ready? Do you win? But then you got Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, so two division games, right, in your first four, and Titans, which is a really tough game after that. So, 5 games in, I think we're gonna know something about this team, which is going to be really interesting. And
yeah,
next pod, like I said, bonus pod coming out later this week. We're going to get all into, pregame. It's going to be all about, Commanders and Jags. We're going to talk about our bada bets. We're going to actually be betting on real NFL games, and we're going to tell you who our picks are for the
yeah.
week. So it's going to be exciting. Can't wait.
So for this week, for the bottom bets, I want to change it up a little bit, and then I want to do bottom bets. Then I have a question for you after, since we have a few minutes here. Bottom bets, I want to change up a little bit. Since we predicted the same record, I don't ever want to be rooting for this team to lose. So I don't want to say most games we got correct because then we could be in a situation where I picked a loss and you picked the win. And for the bottom bets, it's got to lose. We should say who predicted the most wins correctly. Since we both picked 9, but we picked some different games. So we're always rooting for the team to win.
Okay, I
You like
like it.
that?
Yep.
All right. So that's the bottom bet for the week. The next question I want to ask you really quick, just because it's our last preseason episode. Obviously, the next pod is going to be all about focusing on Jacksonville. We're not going to be talking about this kind of thing. But I think it's an important question to ask. What is it? Is there a number of wins? Is there a type of performance, or is there something you're specifically looking to see to feel good about Ron Rivera and Co. leaving year 3? Obviously, if we're 12-5, you're going to feel good. In the scope of realistic expectations, what are some things you're looking for to feel good about the Ron Rivera administration after 3 years of him running this organization? What are you looking for there, Bob? I have a few things. I know I'm kind of springing it on you, but just off the top of your head, what are you looking for?
You said you have a few things. I hope they're quick things. But
They're quick things.
I don't know. I like you said, you're springing it on me. I think I want to see some trends being broken. I want to see improvement on the defense. I want
Yep.
to see better performance on third downs, getting teams off the field. I want to see less slow starts, less 3-and-outs by the offense that were, not just wins and losses, but how we compete, how we play, you know, um, the team, like I said, last preseason game, they looked coached up. They looked
Yeah.
ready to play. They competed. They got their team off the field. We had long drives, finishing drives, just breaking some of those trends. So it's not just winning and losing, but I think anything less than 9 wins is going to lead to questions. I don't think Ron's job's going to be in trouble, but I think it's going to lead to questions on everything. And I think at the end of the
Yeah.
day, that's what's really going to count. But it's just breaking those trends, breaking those same old issues, and then hopefully saying, hey, we've got a quarterback. I mean,
Yeah.
again, going to another offseason without the quarterback situation figured out, and then 4 years of Ron Rivera, 4 quarterback changes, would be a disaster. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it's a quick answer to that question.
For me, I kind of know who we are talent wise right now. I don't really know who we are from a coaching standpoint and from like a culture standpoint, which is ironic to say because Ron was kind of brought in as the culture guy. But a lot of things that you talk about culturally, a lot of the problems that we have on the football field, in my opinion, are a reflection of not necessarily having a winning culture. Bad on third down, slow starts, the whole my team plays better in December BS. I'm sorry, I know it's a strong term to use, but why the hell can't your team play well in September? The season is
Right.
3 months long. I don't care if they play well in the last month if they only win 7 games. And all kinds of fluky stuff towards the end of the year happens. You've got injuries. You've got Garrett Gilbert starting at quarterback because the whole team gets COVID. I want to see this team come out and win from the jump. And that's, if you look at my predictions, we're kind of always hanging around that 500 area. And I want to see a consistent performance throughout the whole year. Hopefully consistently good. I think consistently slightly above average, hence my 9-8 record prediction is what's more realistic for us to see. But I want to see them come out. I want to see them score on opening drives. I want to see them play well in the first half, and I want to see some good wins against teams that we are supposed to beat based on everything everybody's been telling us out of that locker room. That's what I want to see, because I think historically I'm probably a little bit lower on Ron than you are. But yeah, I'm expecting. We've been sold a big step forward, and we're both sitting here predicting a 9-8 record, which unfortunately is not a huge step forward. But I'm expecting at least that. That is the minimum from what I need to see for Ron and Co. to be feeling good about having him as our head coach and operator of the whole football program running into year 4.
Yeah.
So sorry, I know I threw you a little bit of a curveball there, but just something I wanted.
It's all right. I can go all night. You want to go all night? We'll make it a 3-hour pod.
Let's party, man. Let's party. No, it's just something real quick I wanted to talk about. I know Poppy's always got his eye on that timer, but the Amazon man did interrupt us, so that we're gonna lose a couple minutes in cuts here, but it's all good.
All right.
So, anyways, I thought the people would want to hear that, what our expectations are.
That's a good way to wrap it up. It's a good way to wrap it up. Our last preseason pod.
Exactly. I don't want to talk about that crap during week 2. I want to talk about the Lions going into week 2. That's it.
All right.
So I want to get that out of the way. Yeah, let's do this thing, guys. Hail to the Commanders. Let's have a good season. And most importantly, good season, bad season, we're going to be here telling you exactly how we feel about it. Honest. Lord knows I'm going to get hot very quickly. You guys are going to probably see a different side of me than you've seen before. I could be a little bit Stephen A sometimes, especially after games. I think there's going to be a few games where I'm probably going to call Pop and be like, don't even talk to me. Just click on the link and let's get going, because I just want to get that down on tape. So it's going to be great. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Anything else, son? I mean,
I know Pop is just
should we break down next season's record?
Pop is displaying his incredible layers of patience here. It's just incredible. Dad's adaptability and ability to be patient is just second to none.
Oh, so pretty patient, showing that off. I resent that. I'm pretty patient, man.
I'm just teasing. Without further ado, I've been Dom.
This is Pop.
Oh, well, no, just kidding. And thank you guys so much for listening. Have a good week.
I'm on your chain, can't